Hello, I'm here. Sorry. I did do more than just go to the bathroom and take my blood pressure. I got breakfast. As is per tradition. Yeah, hell yeah, breakfast. I got 2 eggs. I'm gonna stop the music because as soon as I turn the game on, it has music. I'm gonna stop the music because as soon as I turn. Why am I? How is my audio, by the way? I did some changes to it. Yes, from the last time I streamed, someone mentioned that I had like a little background hum, and so I took that out. Hopefully, you don't hear it anymore. Here, I'll be silence. Yes. Um, over 300. Yeah, yeah, no. You saw me reply to it, and I told you. Pretty clear, all of your enemies. Awesome, awesome. Good to know, good to know. Um, yeah, you bought a lot of eggs. I have never seen so many eggs in one spot that isn't like a grocery or a restaurant. But I know you use a lot of eggs, so I'm not even remotely worried. We are going. I did decide on what to play today, and while I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's a new channel on the Discord. Oh, awesome! I'm good. I'm glad to know that. I had to like look for a plugin for uh audio is fine. Yeah, I had to look for a plugin for OBS for me to be able to do this. It was really I didn't know how to do any plugins on OBS, so it was a new thing for me. But thankfully it was fairly straightforward. Tell me also if me and audio do levels. Because you know how it is. Like, some USB mics you can remove noise by power USB hub. Oh. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. This microphone has. Oh my gosh! I just realized. So I'm using a Turtle Beach P11, which I got way back over 8 years ago, because I got this while I was still working at GameStop. And when I was looking for the plugin for the noise, one of the comments for this plugin, the exact plugin that I got was like, it took out the stupid hum from my stupid Turtle Beach P11s, and I think that's exactly the same thing that they were having. Oops. Here, oops, not that one. This one. And this one. So hope that should pop up sometime soon. I'm gonna wait for it. There it is. I set this up last night, all last night, so it was all good to go. And I still start late. But that's because man, you guys, I was dreaming like there was no tomorrow last night. It was pretty insane. I was like, oh, I don't remember much of it anymore, but it was pretty crazy. It involved animals and creatures, very fantastical in nature. That's good, as they should have. I'm glad that your family knows that precaution, and yourself, because you never know these days, man. Also, you can't hear me chew anymore because of because of the noise thing. That's kind of interesting. I wonder if like super crunchy chips still get in though. Anyway, so oh, you can hear me chew. Maybe when I'm speaking. Good. I wanted you to hear me chew. Oh, well, yeah, when I'm talking and I'm slightly chewing. But when I'm not talking and I like watch the audio levels go all the way down, yeah, I hear like I see nothing like when I'm chewing. It's very interesting. Look at me, I'm being a professional. My worst names are on top level of the fantasy department. Oh my gosh. I've have I told you guys about a recurring dream I had? I had a recurring dream a while ago. And it was one of those dreams where you turn like as you're lying down and you fall. And so I keep like your body jerks awake, you know what I mean? So I did one of those. And then like I would wake up and I'll be in the middle of my bed. Once a month I would have that dream. Every time. But then I moved to the States. And I was sleeping at we were still living with my cousins at the time. And I slept at the top bunk of a two bunk bed. Like the bottom bunk had like a queen size and the top bunk had like a single size, I think. But it was like that. And so I was sleeping at the top bunk. And I have never ever fallen off of a bed my entire life. Then this one night I had that dream again. I turned and I was falling, but this time I actually fell off of the top bunk of the bed. And I remember I hit my ankle on the way down. But then like I woke up and then I just kind of crawled back up to bed and went to sleep. Like nothing. Like it registered in the morning. But my cousin told me about it because he had woken up for some reason out of nowhere. Just in time to watch me fall out of bed. And he got scared because he said I looked like a corpse. Anyway, let's play Sacra Terra, shall we? So, this game, we played the first one a while ago, and as I was, right, I was getting to this explanation. In the Discord channel, there is a new channel that I made called the Stream Game List. Basically, I went through my games, because not every game that it's in my library is, one, I will play on stream, two, like, we've already played, and three, like, some things are just, like, for myself. And I share a library with Creamy. There's a lot of games in there. And it can get pretty confusing. So I decided that I'd make the stream game list to make it a lot easier to decide, what games we're playing. And as I was listing things down and everything, I saw Sacra Terra, and I almost forgot about this game too. Initially, I was going to play the game called Vampire Legends: True Story of Kisilova, but I decided against it, and because I saw Sacra Terra, and I almost forgot about it. I'd finished my list like 3 times and like made small edits here and there, and I was like, oh my god, Sacra Terra. And we played already the first part. Well, we played the first game, which is the angelic something. Where are you? Sacra Terra. Where are you? Yeah, and like, see now how I'm like kind of going. I just thought it'd be easier if I just had a list there, so it's easier to like really see what I can play. So Sacra Terra, Angelic Knight, yeah. And this is the second in the series, so I decided I'd go ahead and play it, so we can get this series out of the way. That was we're playing today. Now that it's almost 30 minutes later, You can start playing. Right. The hint button. We know we like. No worries. You know we love a good sparkle, so we're gonna go with casual.
What a beautiful night.
Tiffany, I want to ask you something.
Ooh! No!
Hold that thought. I'll
No,
be right
don't
back.
do that! Oh, I think he was about to propose. Was about to propose. Don't sneak!
Talk about bad timing. What's this book about? Interesting. It says this is a spell to summon a succubus. But it doesn't actually work, does it?
What are you doing?
Cherub imperativi
Oh my god.
dominus
You deserve what's happening to you. I'm sorry.
Iot cavalile.
Oh! This guy is an idiot. Tiffany, don't marry this idiot. I hope she doesn't marry him, but we know he's gonna. I'm sorry, but he's an idiot. Why would you even tempt fate? Why would you even tempt fate? Why? Oh, this doesn't really work, does it? Oh my god. He's an idiot. Can I lock this? I can lock it. Can I use this on that? I'm sorry, my dear, but your boyfriend is a fool. Can't you just pick it up anyway? Just take it with you instead of leaving it on the floor in the veranda? Oh, because people just have tweezers. I think we have all the tools that we need. I'm just... She has no commentary on anything. Okay. Great. Back to Sacra Terra!
Sacra Terra Island. This is where that cursed book was written. So this is where I should start my search for Mark. Since the book is my only clue, I don't know what to do first.
Oh man, look at this guy. I don't like that the hint button is so sparkly. Can you just not sparkle so much?
As we agreed, I've brought you to Sacra Terra Island. I suggest you start your search at Adonai Monastery, the castle located at the top of the hill. You'll find a library there. Perhaps your book was once part of its collection. I'll say this one more time. Coming here was a bad idea. This is a god-forsaken place. People have disappeared and never been found. If you change your mind and want to leave, I'll come get you. This place makes my blood cold, so if I were you, I wouldn't stay long.
Man. Mark disappeared. Mark and I were having a wonderful evening. He invited me to dinner to ask me something important. I think he was finally going to propose, but instead, he found a book of love potions I bought at the flea market. Why did I listen to my friend? Yes, I was tired of Mark putting off asking me to marry him, but waiting a little longer would have been better than this. A portal to hell opened on my deck and a demon rose out of it, grabbed Mark, and took him back into the flames with her. Now what should I do? Maybe the book will help me to find Mark, but I can't open it. I need to collect the parts of the lock and place them on the book. The book! I managed to open the cursed book. One of the pages contained a map to an island called Sacra Terra. I went to the docks and found the fisherman who owned a small boat. He told me Sacra Terra is located several miles away from shore and that ships won't go near it. Sailors say strange things happen there and are afraid of what might happen to them. Regardless, I convinced the fisherman to take me there, although I had to promise that I wouldn't stay long. Here I am on the island. The fisherman said the cursed book I bought might have come from the library in the castle at the top of the hill. Hope I can find clues to what happened to Mark here. Girl, you're also a fool. Why would you just leave that lying around? But your boyfriend's a bigger idiot, really. Be real. A map? Yep, that was the map. And I got a skull. Pea shooter. Lock toolbox. Of course, we need a fuse. Something there. Can see it. Oh, really? You can't see it? Handle is. I think that's just that. Easy. Oh, hey, this is the guy from the first game! That's neat. I was hoping we'd see references to that. But I also gotta say, the succubus in this game looks way better than the succubus from that game. So, it's already a slight improvement. If you guys can remember how the succubus from the first game looked like. Knife. I'm about to say a knife that doesn't have a handle. It's Mark's jacket! He's being derobed! Are you not gonna pick that up? His jacket, and also... we just took the ring? I found Mark's jacket and the ring box he had in his pocket. That means Mark is here on the island, and the ring. He was going to propose. God, please help protect him and help me find him. I'm sorry, why would you want to marry this guy after this? He has shown the utter, like, carelessness. I'm just, like, being an idiot. Oh my gosh. And why would you tempt fate, especially when you're trying to propose? Feels so silly. No, it's just glittering. Okay, that's fine. This green ball. Also, I find it funny that I just took the ring. We're gonna use that for something. Oh, it's for this. It's still missing? I haven't corrected all the balls yet. Oh, cool. With available actions. Alright. I don't have anything to... Can I... Nope. Hmm. Oh. We all know paper clips. Perfect for lockpicking. It's the ultimate lockpicking tool. Paper clips. That is a huge knife. Why did you toss it? Alright, we have all the balls. Several hearts are missing. The plant is parched. I wouldn't say parched. Object that belongs on the pedestal is missing. You know this. This is. Okay. Anyway, we got balls. But that's what. Okay, I can. Oh. Ooh, I got an achievo. That was a lot less complicated than most other games of that type. Which is nice. Yes?
Why have you come here, mortal? To rescue your beloved? There's no such thing as love, only lust. Mark is proof. He's been dreaming of a woman like me. He's no different from any other man. They all want the same thing. You don't believe me? You want Mark back? Don't be foolish. I'll give you one chance to leave, and you'd better not waste it. No matter what you do, Mark is going to stay with me, here in my den of sin. I recommend you turn and run, now.
Didn't even give me a chance to talk. Let's see what she writes in her diary. The demon is here. She tried to scare me by saying Mark is like every other man, a lustful beast who doesn't want or need me. She's a liar! Mark's a good man. I don't know. Can you really call a guy who summons a succubus on the night of his proposal a good man? I don't know. I don't know. That seems a little sus. What's more, I know he's on the island, and I'm going to find him by any means necessary. Their skull. Statue looks as though it should be holding a book. I wish he had a little bit more commentary on, like, oh, roof is caving in. I need to be careful like that. On more things. I picked up a spear? Needs a lock. Needs a key. Sorry, not. Is the skull for this, I wonder? I actually thought that the heart was for the tree, but I guess it isn't. Use a spear to lodge this. Wow! That spear tip is huge! Anyway, what'd you get? Use. Cool. Oh, it's not sparking anymore, is it? Oh, matter. No such thing as OSHA's safety. Found. Tree of Hearts. Tree of Hearts soon will open its deepest parts, where death runs in each row. That's the point of no return. The one with a pure heart and soul can be saved from the world of eternal darkness. Innocence cannot be restored. Huh? Like something mysterious? No. Oh, this is... Ooh, I got another token. Another word. Okay, let's start our first hidden objecting for this one. As usual, you guys are welcome to participate if you want. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that this said meat skull. I was very confused. I was like squinting my eyes trying to look at that. Hmm. The hat was hidden behind the wall. Take it. Is the tube? I wonder if I saw the tube. Tube. There's tube. French. That look. The knife. Right. The gloves. I gotta admit, I don't know what a pipe wrench is. A pipe wrench? Very French in nature. The pipe wrench. Light that candle. Umbrella and a metal skull. That's what we're gonna. Now I just need the knife. It's pulled away for I just dreamt of witches with big floppy hats and an occasional death dream. Ah! That sounds like a nice dream for you, Nana. Big floppy hats and death. Sounds like you're right up your alley. I mean, that's how it usually goes, right? You just smile and nod. Is that the knife? Oh my god. No, it's not the knife. No, where's this knife? Oh, that's a sword. Okay. I can't look in deeper into things. Where the heck is this knife? I'm gonna click on this again because this totally looks like the knife. No, it's not the knife. Heck. Mm. I click on anything that removes that looks vaguely knife-like. Welcome back, Tibbs. You guys, I don't know if you were here at the beginning, but our boyfriend got kidnapped by a succubus because he saw a mysterious book that mysteriously opened on a seat, right? And he saw this, ooh, he opened on the page, it was like, ooh, and he goes, ooh, summoning a succubus. This doesn't actually work, does it? And starts to chant the spell. And he does this, tempt of fate, on the night he's about to propose to his girlfriend. I feel like, and please tell me if you disagree or you agree, that she shouldn't marry this guy anymore. She should say no when he proposes. You know, kids play pretend and hold an air wheel? Uh-huh. Wow. Excuse me. I'm glad you agree, Nana. Right, exactly. If you were single, I'm just like, okay, whatever, man. It's your life. But he's about to propose for marriage, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna summon a succubus. I'm sure this doesn't work, right? And now we have to go through this hullabaloo to rescue this son of a gun. And now I'm here. I still can't find this goddamn. If you guys can help me find this goddamn knife, I would be very thankful. No, like, that's fine. If you're single, tempt fate all you like. You know what I mean? Because you're not affecting someone else. But when you're about. He was the one who was going. He knew that he was going to propose. He was the one who invited to this dinner and was like, hey, I have something important to say. Also, shame on the main character. The main character bought that book because it's supposedly a book of love potions. Because she was tired of waiting for him to propose. I know! They're both terrible. Knife roof. It's not. It's not, Tibbs. I clicked on it. Look. It's not the knife. I'm so mad. And this is a sword. What if his GF isn't. You know what? If his girlfriend isn't that kind of thing, fair enough. But the succubus isn't into that kind of thing. I know. Although that dream you had is, I want to see it. A bunch of people holding air wheels shuffling around in circles. Yes. There's a sickle next to the axe. It's not the knife. I clicked on this, I clicked on this, and I clicked on this, and I clicked on that. Yeah, that's why I've been stuck. I'm just like, what the fuck? Where is this knife? I'm just clicking at everything. I thought this was going to be the knife for sure. What? What was that nonsense? I had to click on the base? You saw me. Y'all saw me. You all saw me click on that stupid little thing. I literally had to click on the base of the hitbox. Right? A very poopy hitbox. I was like, that for sure is the knife. And it's like, nope. Wow. Wow, game. This game is starting off strong. I have several skulls in my inventory now. God. Oh, see, there's the ring. This was the ring. Oh, can I still look at it? Oh, I can't. But this is his jacket. And this is the ring box. And we just took the ring. We're like, I'm gonna take this ring. Forget his jacket. Yep. Pretty much. This is super annoying. Because, like, we could have totally missed it. Just by sheer lack of input. We just like, okay, that's not the knife. The game says it's not a knife. Because I was clicking on it. I clicked on the blade in the middle part. Just not the back end. Yes. Okay, now I'm gonna stop. Oh, wait. This thing. Thank you, skeletal hands. I have a book. Might be for the fountain lady. Find magic. Okay. Wait, is this the kind of... Okay, it is. It's that kind of, like, you have to find the pair. Wait, no. Oops, sorry. Put it again. Yeah, it's that kind. Alright. Have to take note again. There's a monkey. Sun. Sun and rain? Oh, moon? Assuming it's correctly. Spoon. No, I keep clicking on the wrong one. Or flour and egg. A banana. Hey, a banana! Oops. Dang it. Always just one to the right. Oh, so that was the pair? Okay. You think a banana with an apple, but no, a monkey. Yes. The banana was with a pear. Why? I don't know. Thank you. I wanted to see what this magic book said. Also, I gotta say that this area looks drastically different from the first game. I don't remember this area. Okay, put the skulls. And then put magic ruby baby. I can't give it the skulls though. Hammer. Oh my gosh, our inventory is filling up. Alright, time for the next one. What was up there? Okay. Number 6. Yep, that was a symbol. Phone receiver. Just a receiver. Bell. That's a bell. Typewriter. A handle. Well, that's vague. Is this it? Dude, a handle could be anything. I don't like it when games are like this vague. Oh, it did it again. Did it again. I clicked on the bottom bit and it didn't register. Then I click on the top bit. This thing has like some crappy hitboxes, I gotta say. Parrot. It's a dead parrot. Now, I don't know what a handle would look like, so I'm just gonna randomly click on things. And if you see me doing that, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to find this stupid handle. What did I just... An alarm clock. Okay. Beach ball tip candle flame. Next to the table. Thank you. Hey, cat! Cat! Okay. Tell me if you agree or if you disagree. So, the story is about... The story of this game starts off with a couple having a nice dinner. The guy is about to propose. But then a phone call happens which disrupts it briefly. The boyfriend sees a mysterious book open on a nearby chair, decides to look at it. He looks at it and literally says, "Oh, it's a spell to summon a succubus. This doesn't actually work, does it?" And starts to chant the spell. On the night of his proposal. On the night of his proposal. And I told everyone that I think that she shouldn't marry this guy on virtue that he tried to propose a succubus on the night of his proposal and tried to tempt fate. I know! I'm so glad everyone agrees. I was like, what is this guy? Granted, clicking on the crank between the hammer and the pliers? No, I tried it. It did it to me again. No. It was the girlfriend. Main character was the one who got the book for the love potions because she was tired of whatchamacallit, of waiting for him to propose. She was tired of waiting for him to propose. See? Look, it's in the book. He bought a book of love potions that I bought at the flea market. Yes, I was tired of Mark putting off asking me to marry him. So, yeah. She wanted to roofie him. And then he summoned a succubus on the night of his proposal. So, if I was her, I'd listen to the succubus and just be like, I'm outie. uh, Also, I gotta say, that poopy hitbox. Okay, you guys need to remind me of the poopy hitbox because I clicked on that little thing, the handle, quote unquote, twice. Twice. So, and I was like, oh, it's not clicking. Ugh. Right? Just hang with the succubus instead. I'm sure that the bed activities would be amazing. You'd expect, at least, from a succubus, right? Okay, we need a nail and a necklace. Is there a hammer somewhere? I have a feeling I have to pry it off of something. Or, unless it's a different kind of nail. No, yep. Kind of nail. And before the succubus a complete bird. I find that hard to believe. The hit boxes on these things. They got us. Fair enough. I just thought they were born with the intricate knowledge of lovemaking. And we got the handle. Um, the hand. Where was the thing? Oh yeah. This thing. There is a colorful. Is that a real spider? Oh, it's part of the thing. Okay, it's fine. It's part of the thing. Okay, we can do the thing that the magic book says. Here. Okay. Skull. Mean skull. Hello, skull. Portal to hell. Magic. I can't believe I did magic. I read the instructions, performed the ritual, and the passage opened. I'm sorry, I don't know why that really makes me. I put stuff together, and magic happened. No. Anyway. I don't know where it leads, but I want to find Mark, so I'll find out. He's not worth it. I know. But no, to her, that's her performing magic. What is this? Okay. Guess that's the only thing there. Puzzle time. Oh, cool. It depresses when I get the right pattern. That's nice. Trying to find. Shouldn't there be a tip? This. Oh, it's a lizard. I see. Whoa, that looks a little trippy. Hello, bat. I need to pacify it somehow. Throw the hammer at it! That'll pacify the bat. Ooh, I got the special key. Dang, that was quick. The chandelier looks something like out of a medieval torture chamber. A Grand Inquisitor might find it useful, but I'm going to leave it alone as I don't want to hurt myself. It's just a chandelier, lady. Chill. It's a chandelier. Throw the love potion. I don't have a love potion, unfortunately. No, you wouldn't take the crossbow. Okay, the bat is like, no, lady, you can't go here. Wait. Round table. This castle was what? Wow. The assumption, guys. Just so you know, if you have a round table in your home, the Templars once was there. Just saying. Based on this game. The lady found a round table inside a castle. And this is now a stronghold of the Templars. Yes, with demonic skeletons. Holding up the ceilings. I mean, I guess so. I don't know why she thought that this demon-infested castle is House of the Templars. But then again, the Templars weren't exactly holy. That's where all of the different Templars went for a huge meeting. Yeah, I guess I can do this one since I have the key. Interesting. Noom, indeed. What did she say about this? Crossroads between worlds. Air is thick with sulfur. I can barely breathe. The key from the room with the round table opened a portal to the strange-looking theater. Where am I? What's going on? You ask that now? Oh, this is also from the first game. I think so. Burning a spell of trash to make this room toasty warm, of course, but I'll need fire. Fever? Need the key. It's so cold I can barely move. I need to find a way to warm up before I freeze. Other lock. I didn't even spare the decor. Okay. We can warm up here. Can we take these fires over there? Where was that? There was a thing where I saw a little plank. That might have been another case of bad hitbox. Let me try to find it again. I actually don't remember. Was it? Yeah, the chair. Okay. No, plank is just there. Okay. And that's just to look at this thing. Okay. Oh, we still need the handle. No, I needed the map. Theater lobby. Oh, we can fast travel. Good. Good. Do I have any... Am I in the... Oh, I can just... Hmm. Okay. Lever. Lever. Something need to leave. Oh, this is new. Lenses are missing. I didn't even know I could click on that. Dusty old books. Just thinking about what's written in them disturbs me. Why? It's a bunch of books! One of them is just fan fiction with that the succubus wrote. Oh, damn. If that's the case, the succubus needs a better dreams. Maybe. Maybe. But I'll say though, this is this part of the why? Why would you dream about a castle with a hole? Come on, man. Hmm. Although the map says that there really isn't anywhere else we can much aside from the theater lobby. Go for the fire. I'll be honest and say I don't know if I recall like any sort of gas tank or a place we can go grab gas. Let's try the boat. Into the hint button, but I want the... Why is the dock in the middle of the map? That doesn't make any sense. Whatever. Yeah, we're going through the locations that we went to in the first game. There's something here? I don't know why it zoomed in on this. That means we need something from the... Or, you know, normally that's what it means. But, nothing's happening currently. Interesting. I can click on that, but for apparently no reason? Because, like, when we're done with something, it wouldn't let us zoom in. Like here, there was something here that we got earlier. Also, this entire place looks so different from the... Trying to think... I can't click on this thing. Not... thing here. What's a piece? What do you mean by PC design? I can't say that I'm familiar. I am kind of lost. Printed circuit board. Wouldn't that have a very set design? You know what I mean? Because circuitry. Like, what would you? Hmm? What did she mean? Yes, but also no. Please explain. Alright, she thinks that's new. Is this thing anything? No. Oh, I got an achievement called Glued to My Chair because I clicked on this thing and it doesn't do anything. Is a standard but not saying. Ah, I see. And you don't have the know-how, or you have the know-how but you're like, why would I want to do that? I see. I didn't know that. I thought it was very standardized, you know. Okay, I kind of give up. I don't know where to go next. Okay, so we are going to this. Oh, it doesn't need a key. It needs a hammer. Okay. I see. Someone evidently performed a ritual. I visited Sacra Terra yesterday. What an eerie place. I thought everything would be locked, but I was entered to what looks like the oldest building. A castle. It's a work of art. It has a ghostly beauty, like a castle from medieval times. It even has skeletons and skulls everywhere. I found the most amazing library, containing hundreds of books, including books of spells. I picked one of them up, and it was really hot. I could barely hold on to it. I never believed in any of the nonsense written in the book, but I'm hoping it's true. If I could cast a spell that would make her happy, I would do it. One of the rooms in the theater contained a journal of a young man. He had written about how he went to Sacra Terra to find a book about magic so he can cast a spell that would make his lady friend happy. I wonder if this worked. One thing is clear, I'm no longer on the island. Why would that be clear? Except like, ballerinas are burned, but other than that, the posters are okay. I was about to say, it's like, that's weird. Probably. Yep. Like, it's too dark. I can't see anything. Alright, hidden object. Every lock can open with a hammer if you hit it hard enough. That is fair. That is fair. Look. Mirror flip? No, I clicked on something else. A mirror. I was clicking on this, and I clicked on the mirror. Terrible hitbox. Oh. Oh. Shotgun shell. I had to draw those recently. Dollar bill. Doesn't like you touching the bases of things. Well, no, because we had to touch the knife at the base. Never mind. Oh, there you go. You can't zoom into things and look into little. I like the beetle that's here. there's this. So would you say, Nana, that you... Oh. Block of ice, hardest rock. If I adopt it, it would go to the best way to carry it. I could wrap it in. Not what I would think about that, but okay. At some point, AI will be improved so much that people will be able to have their own automated surgery. Sorry, just the thought that crossed my mind. I mean... Sure. I wouldn't say everyone. But... Don't think that that was a good idea. So carelessly pouring it in a room that's made of wood. I'm sure it'll be fine. Need fire. Need lighter. Can I get the lighter that I got from here earlier? Can you hand me? Aha! Oh, there's a... Like, do you want... Like, did you decline because you don't know enough PCB stuff, or... I'm pretty sure that it is. Wouldn't be surprising. I mean, it would make sense. That wood would be terrible kindling. Wet. Everything. Okay, I need another map. Lock door after. Also, why do I have a brush? I didn't decline, I just said I'm getting a different offer here that doesn't require online work at a big company, so I ask it. Gotcha. Why couldn't we use the lighter that we had? Wait, what? So many books. Ballet, choreography, librettos, musical arrangement. See the map. Oh, cool. Oh, it looks like that. If we're there and there's an available action. Okay, now I need to know... Locked. Oh! Interesting. Oh, and are we really gonna play it over this fire? I feel like that's a terrible idea. Is it still missing? They are a bonus. And that's definitely preferred over something that doesn't have it. Oh no, that's fine, Nana. Oh, that key is not for that. Okay. What would this key be for? Okay, let's go to the foyer. Oh! Hello, old man.
Now do you understand how dangerous it was for you to come here? You don't belong here. No one does. But I'll help you in any way I can. You've been to a hellish alternate dimension. Lilith created it, and her demonic energy sustains it. It's where she imprisons cursed souls.
How do you know
You'll be
this?
meeting some of them soon. They provide Lilith with the energy she needs to survive. Helping these poor souls to escape this nightmarish prison will weaken her. I need to go, but I'll be back. Remember this phrase from an ancient scroll. Only repentant sinners with pure hearts can experience love, light, and joy.
Whoa! That guy was not normal. Fisherman or something else? Something else. That's I don't think that's a question. When I returned to the castle, I met the fisherman in the castle foyer. He said the icy theater is part of the beyond world created by pure evil. The souls imprisoned in this place of pain and sorrow provide the demon with their powers. The fisherman said After the fisherman said that, he vanished like a ghost. I was only a little surprised given the day I've had. What he said is important though. It means if I help the souls imprisoned in the theater, then I'll weaken the demon. Since she's holding Mark captive, robbing her of her power could be the key to saving him. He didn't write down the important words that he said at the end. Which, like, remember one thing. Although that's really mean, ancient scroll. Only pure souls can experience love, light, and joy. Wow. Look at the map again. Oh, still Castle Foyer. Oh, this place? Is this the lock? Oh, it is. Alright. Whoa, it's dark. How about the lever? Screwdriver? Really? Come on! Yeah, I wouldn't go down there without a light too, but that's fair. Okay, let's go. Now neither she nor her man will experience you. Yeah, she definitely doesn't have, and he doesn't have a pure soul, and neither does her boyfriend. Right. Oh hey, a lever. Alright. I got a sword. Can't reach the moon. I need a stepladder. That mug, how can I get it? Sword? Yeah, maybe she has bad aim. Oh. What is this mug for? We put it over this fire? Can. And it immediately has hot water over it. No? I was like, hot water, pour it on something cold. Can I pour it here? Not here. That's not where we need the hot water, apparently. Oh, I didn't even see this. Dead body. A tragic death has ushered in the new season of ballet. Amelie Hunt, a budding dance star and winner of many international competitions, was found dead on the stage of the local theater this morning. According to the staff, she'd been spending all of her time rehearsing her grand foyette, which consisted of 100 turns. Amelie has been dancing nonstop for days, including the day of her death. Local doctors said she died of exhaustion. This is heartbreaking. Amelie was not only a promising artist, but also a shining star and a wonderful young lady. I have no words to describe how sad we are. Rest in peace. Oh. That totally works. I use some powerful nepotism to get it. No, don't feel guilty! Not certain yet, but I'm just waiting on a call. Oh, yay. Yes. Oh, yay. Oh, hey, that key wasn't there before. I guess this is where she died. I found an old newspaper in the backstage area of the theater. The front page contained a story about the mysterious death of an up-and-coming ballerina. She's rehearsed without rest for several days, as though she was possessed, then died of exhaustion. As I said before, I really have no problem with nepotism. If the person who got the position is pulling their weight. That is my... Because the thing with nepotism is that very often the people who are put in there, whatchamacallit, are lazy and they abuse that, you know, that chance that was given to them, basically. Because a lot of people get their work by knowing someone, which is, you know, basically a kind of nepotism. But if you're pulling your weight, you know, you're actually pulling in your weight. I don't, you know, it's just like hiring any. Because what makes, I feel like people who are purely against nepotism, even with someone who is qualified and is doing their job. As like, okay, you're jealous, of course, that's part of it, and fair enough. But the person who got the position is pulling their weight and actually contributing. So I was literally the only one that followed the file guidelines. Freaking 10-minute Dark Souls color grade mod video accepted as one of the top winners. Nepotism? See, that's different. It's like, that's favoritism. Picking over, like, other more suitable candidates. And that's what I mean. Like, when nepotism is used and they put someone there who isn't qualified for their job and then doesn't pull their weight, that sucks for anybody. But if the person they put in the part actually pulls their weight and actually, helps and contributes, whatever, they're doing the job. So did the person got chosen one? But there's no spot for it. It's totally closed. Okay. Everything okay. What? Only way to do this is to cut with something really hard, like a diamond, like the one in your ring. Someone accepted someone. Yeah, just irked that it was an art competition with a very distinct online that canceled and a freaking video. Oh, that really does suck. Yeah, that's super. That could have been like an honorary position because he didn't follow the guidelines. Unless there was a video, I don't know. Were people outraged this you or tips? Completely unrelated. God, I can't believe someone accepted. I accepted someone shipping a character of mine with one over there. I usually avoid ships like the plague. Ooh, Nana, enjoy your shipping. You shipped it. You have a ring with assumedly diamonds in it. Okay, fine. You don't want to freaking. How do I cut it down here? Come on! You have a sword! Use it! Oh, this girl. You will not? You will not enjoy it? I couldn't hear any outrage. I imagine it was consistent, constantly silence. Oh, that's super lame. Passively supported. Nana. Just guess. Oh, that's unfortunate. Maybe they decided to break their own rules and accept the video, but that kind of sucked. Maybe because you were the only one that followed the file guidelines, they were like, you know what? If we stick to the file guidelines, that means nobody will be able to enter. So they just threw it out the window. Which is super unfortunate. Okay, I need scissors then because this lady won't freaking cut the curtains with a sword. Okay, are you? Oh my god, really? It's just cobwebs. Come on. Okay. Lock. What was that? Salt. Box of stuff. What? No, 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 no. What? Hold on. Hello. Piece of cheese. That really soured it for you? Those sacks are moving. I don't even want to. Are they? We'll just trust what she. Acid. Acid. Ancient scrolls, dusty books, ingredients for black magic. I'm not touching any of those things. Except you bought a book for a love potion. Lady. Don't be a hypocrite. Deny. Token. Is this the... If it's the show... Is it the one... They had an art contest... Contest that I joined. The one for... The red-headed skull? Or something like that? I forgot. Is this that one? Because I joined that one. But I didn't win, obviously. Huh. Knight with a scythe. Okay, different one. They had a contest that I joined. I forgot what it was, but it was about like that's Plague Knight. Yeah, that's Plague Knight. It might be Plague Knight. I just remember there was a skull with a red head that I did it for. Wow. A while ago, I literally was taken by camera photos of. Oh wow, it's really unfortunate. Like I understand that they want to give kids, they like, at the very least you can do a separate category. You know what I mean? Because that's a little unfair to some of the people who put more effort in. Not the kids, but you know what I mean. A while ago, I literally won first place at a raffle. Oh, I think you told me about that one, Nana. Ugh, that's dumb. Be a rain check or something. Jesus. He rolled your name. Wasn't your fault. Mushroom tongues. Handbell. That needed to be specified. Starf. I heard one of my favorite artists joined that. Unfortunately, didn't get into the running. Oh, hi, doggo. Welcome. Several artists that I follow slash admire joined that Pokemon card con. Didn't get in. Doggo, let me ask your opinion about this story. So, a couple is having a lovely dinner for the evening. And it was because the boyfriend decided that he was going to propose to her, to the lady of his dreams. A phone call happens just as he was about to propose, and she's like, "Give me a second, I'm gonna answer that phone." So while she's away and he's waiting, a mysterious book opens mysteriously on a chair nearby, and he decides to look at it. And then he says this out loud, by the way. He goes, "Oh, it's a spell to summon a succubus. This doesn't work, right?" And decides to read the spell out loud. Yeah, a mysterious book because it was just there. And then it opens by itself. And after seeing that, the guy decides on the night of his proposal that he was going to tempt fate and read out loud a spell to summon a succubus. And so I was just saying, like, she really shouldn't marry him at this point. But then also, the girlfriend is the reason that the book is there in the first place because she bought it because there's a love potion spell in it because she was tired of waiting for the boyfriend to propose. Oh my god. Oh my god. We were saying that they shouldn't get together, but then they're also kind of made for each other because they're both shitty people. Buy a book, believe it or not, straight to jail. No, earlier. Okay, wait. I'll show you after this. Oh, there's the mushroom. I was like, I'm sure I saw the mushroom earlier. Now I just need to look for that hand bell. If you guys see a hand bell, holla. They need some RP sessions in a dungeon. I can agree with that. That's a healthy thing to do for any relationship, I think. Okay, we got a camera. Fine. Okay, let me just really quickly show you. Where's the library? Look what it says. Dusty old books. Thinking about what's written in them disturbs me. This is just the library, guys. I hollered. Oh yeah, Tibbs, I hope you don't mind. I'm going to demod you, mostly because you're never aware with what the mod commands are, but I will VIP you. I feel like that is grounds. My personal opinion is third. People still read actual books. I know. Wait, who? Because Nana's always there. Yeah, you're all mods here. Um, I might have modded one. Yeah, because every time I ask for someone to do modding and Tibbs is here, Tibbs is like, I don't know what to do, and I'm just like, maybe I shouldn't. I should unmod you. Nana, you are mostly here in the early minutes most of the time. I will. There you go. Now you're Vips. Yeah, Cat. I'm gonna unmod you too, Cat. Because Cat is not here enough, but I will. You should be still VIP. There you go. You're hurt. There you go. Team Mod Squad cheerleader. So and so. What's her face? The ugly one. Do 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 do. Bloop bloop bloop. Do 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 do. Bloop bloop bloop. Yeah, you guys are VIP now. If nobody's here and you guys are here, you'll be the first to be modded. I love Teen Girl Squad. That was introduced to me by Creamy. I'm good. Brood. Great and good. Brood. You are so beautiful. I forget some of the songs they have. Okay, now we can play. Oh no, I'm still missing one. I have salt. And oh yeah, scissors. Right. Scissors. Uniquely shaped object. Okay. Right. Take this. Finishing a skincare routine. I don't know if I buy this. Doggo disappointer. Don't forget your laundry. You. Bloop, 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 bloop. So and so, the ugly one. Oh, a toner? I think it's to prevent your pores from growing over like the thing you just shaved. For your skin. Keep it nice and healthy. Bug. It's called a beetle. Geezers. You're pretty. I mean, you should. You feel pretty. Cat, do you know about Teen Girl Squad? Is that what the I'm so beautiful? Then I use a manly face. It's blue. What? Why is it blue? Why did they color it blue? Is it something about it that makes it blue? Does it turn your face blue? That would be fascinating. Oh! Did he introduce you to Teen Girl Squad? That's funny. Just a light creamy blue. Oh, lame. Not as fun if it doesn't turn your face blue. There's the coin. Playing card. Thought I saw the playing card earlier. Oh my gosh. What if the boyfriend... Oh, no. This guy cast a spell, and so then it possessed her and then killed her in the end. Oh! Not what I was expecting to happen there. But okay. You will accept. Oh no, she's still dancing. Wow. What's up with that guy? So rude. You're the reason she's dancing endlessly. I think he's the guy. The guy who was like, oh, if I can cast a spell to make her happy, I'll do it. Then he cast a spell, which caused her to dance non-stop without break, and so she died from exhaustion. I found the captured souls the fisherman told me about. I saw a dancing girl on a platform high above the stage. She ignored me and spun around and around the whole time I watched her. See the ballerina from the newspaper article? Duh. The second ghost was more aggressive. When he saw me, he flew through my body. My heart is still beating 100 miles per hour, but I must press on. I have to find Mark. I play as neither of them. I play as the girlfriend who was about to be proposed to. See, here's the wedding ring. They discovered with ice. Oh, there's the guard!
Hi, my name is Pierre. I
What
work
is
as
this
a guard in
voice?
this theater. I have to confess something. I'm responsible
What
for
is this
Amelia's
voice?
death. I wanted her to be happy, and I thought the ritual would help her to succeed, but everything ended horribly, and I can't turn back time. When my sweetheart died, I was in such agony. I
You went
ended
to
my life. Now our souls will be trapped in this icy hell forever, unless you help us.
It doesn't
Repeating the
match his
ritual
face.
will lift the curse. There's a description of the ceremony in the security room.
I don't know that.
Please save our souls.
Why won't you just let her succeed through her own efforts? That is so much more satisfying than knowing you succeeded because your lover put a spell on you. I know, right? And he went to his sweetheart's, quote unquote, sweetheart's, burial in his security guard outfit and didn't even approach. So I don't really know if he's the actual sweetheart or he's just a stalker. Yeah. Exactly, doggo. Also, if she found out that she succeeded because of a magic spell, like, she'd be devastated, I think. What do you guys think? Do you think he's a stalker or do you think he's actually her lover? Yeah, right? Only send this spell, man. We wrote something in our diary. He's as smart as a brick. Pierre, well, I'm used to seeing ghosts. I'm getting used to seeing ghosts. They're just tired souls that can't find peace. They can't leave this place either. Pierre, the ghost of a young man who used to work at the theater, said he uses magic to enable his lady friend. I'm glad that she uses lady friend and not girlfriend. His lady friend to do her grand foyer? Is this what you were saying, Banana? Foyer? But instead of helping her, he cursed her. Now the ballerina's soul is doomed to dance for eternity. He did say I could help them by performing the ritual again. A description of the ceremony is in the security room. After I lift the curse, these souls will be able to leave their icy prison. She's not a girl, she's a lady. But she says lady friend. So he's not even actually in a romantic relationship with this girl. He is just a stalker. Not a stalker, maybe. An admirer. They don't have an official relationship. Not yet. Nana, no! If they get together after this, I'd be upset because she is directly the cause of her death. I would be super upset at him. You know what I mean? I would be like, dude, you caused her to literally die. No. Camera. Okay, I can't get to anything here yet because of... Oh wait, salt! Salt? No. Salt. Yep. Wouldn't be surprised. Fair enough. Fair enough, Nana. Also, salt immediately melts ice. Okay, come on. What a huge auditorium. How many people? No, that's not important. Okay. Why is this in the set? Oh, I need your eyeball. Hi. The backdrops on the stage are even more beautiful than the ones backstage. I mean, fair enough. Why that's one gear is missing, so I'm missing a gear. This nothing? Okay, I guess it's nothing. It just looks like Chinese takeout. That's just sitting on the stage somehow. Bye. My head swims when I look at her. Okay. Need to go to back to the where I don't remember where that skull is. I'm gonna look at the other eyeballs. What's that? Diamond? Oh, this is the thing we're gonna use to cut the mirror. Map. I don't. I don't like this noise. What is this mirror for? Okay, I need to go to the security room, I think. For the spell? Is it through here? No, this is... back in the cellar. Oh, forgot about this. Oh, bell here. Oh, I can't look at it. This can't be the cellar, right? Alright. Night, Nana. Yeah, I still need this. What's this? Looks like I need to put something in here. Yeah, I need to put something in here. I can't use that object here. I need to put something here, but she won't tell me what's necessary for here. Look at my cursor. It's a hand, like poking it. This is how the cursor looks normally when there's nothing interactable. Nothing is stopping her from taking the... It's too big for her. I think. It's supposed to be like a gallon jug based on this image, but, you know. Uncle from another world. It's so good. Oh, yeah. Book? Audiobook? What is that? I still need cheese. Manga and Netflix show? Oh. Are you watching the show or are you reading the manga? It feels like this is something I should be able to interact with, but I cannot. Excuse me. You're watching both. Okay. Placing a mirror here would like a... Oh. Okay. Didn't even see that. Okay. Really? Okay. Okay. Okay, game. I'll play your game. I see. Okay, that... I need that for the... Okay, here's a ritual. Oof, oh. It's called the foyer spell. Really. A helpful muse is hard to find, as well as a grace of Terpsichore. Terpsichore? One should create a magic circles to change fate decor. Gather several objects for a spell: 2 ballet shoes, a hairbrush, a portrait, a garter made of silk, a secret in the music box. The secret in the... very specifically. Put a circle on the floor, put the objects you collect, and let the ballerina dance until... It definitely made her dance until the end. That. Okay, that's the knob. Okay, so I could put these. Okay. Bell. Here's a description of the ritual. Aspire said I found it in the security room. To perform the ceremony, you need to find 2 ballet shoes, a brush, a portrait, and a silk garter. Okay, let's go to the wardrobe now. Oh, this first, actually. Puzzle now. What? It's still missing stuff? Time. He has a full-on mannequin in there. Incredible. Oh, we're gonna get the gear because this is one of the first. Gear. Top. Like the spinny top? Top? Rifle. Darn. Coin purse. I'll check out the manga. If you put a link where I can read it. Whip. Whip. Okay. Oh, maybe we'll get the but we only get one item per thing, so I'm not sure if we'll get the gear or the cheap. We also need the fishing rod, high-end. Now I need a whip. Is that the whip? So we got the gear. Okay. Go backstage. Oh, her photo. What's this for? Oh, is this the token that's missing? Can I do this now? Okay. Lacy's animal and it's not. Okay. Okay, it's one of those. Okay, they are kind of color coded. Oh wait, oops. The bear was slightly confusing. Alright. Oh shit, no, I totally forgot about it. I'm sorry. Have to put... I honestly forgot about it. Because, I haven't downloaded it onto my computer. Brain malfunction. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. This has to be... Okay. I get so confused. I don't know why. So now I just need these two. Oh, no. Okay. Ugh. That's for the... in her dressing room. I met a young man named Pierre today. He bought me a bouquet of flowers, but was too shy to give it to me. I love flowers. Why does everything have to be so complicated? Why can't two people who like each other just tell each other their feelings? It's always like, my parents won't like you, or he's not good enough for you. Who cares about how much money someone has, or what they do for a living, blah blah blah. My heart wants what it wants, and it wants that clumsy oaf. Oh, she likes him. Okay, fine. But he's bashful and always turns away when I approach him. Oh, Pierre, why are you making me wait? She curses a little bit. Now it's time to rehearse. Yeah, it can turn both ways, but it doesn't indicate it very well with the little things on the side. So I get confused. Apparently. So you know after this they're gonna end up with each other. Just to start. Yeah, exactly. They were good enough. They were at a good part enough in their relationship that they could have just had a normal one. She finally stopped spinning. Hello. Still feeling bad. Oh, we're gonna hear. Hold on. I'm gonna read what I wrote in the diary first. The ritual worked, and now Amelie and Pierre are free. Just one small detail is keeping them here. I need to give her the flowers he bought for her. Do it yourself!
You did it! You lifted the curse and my beloved and I are free. Well, almost free. I need you to give Amelie the flowers I bought her. I should have done it a long time ago, but I was afraid.
He has it,
now
though.
only you can do it because you're the only one of us who is alive. The bouquet is in the dressing room. I put them there before Amelie died. I hope the flowers haven't wilted.
He's a total bashful little pea pod. I don't know. His voice is so bizarre. I have to. Oh, there's the flowers. Okay. He put it on the mannequin. Seriously. Well, the main character's voice isn't too bad, and the main guy, you didn't hear it, but it's not too bad either. But that guy's a little like a melee, isn't it? What did I get? Christmas ornament? That wasn't what I was clicking on. That wasn't what I was clicking on. I'm glad it worked out, but it wasn't what I was clicking. I misread that. Get that, cause yeah. That is focus me. But this voice has a certainly bit of a work. Stethoscope hidden on the umbrella. Okay, thank you. What? I clicked on the sponge and it got the scissors. Okay. I mean, I'll take it, but my god, this hitbox. Okay, so here's the pen, right? Look, I'm clicking on it. Clicky, 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 clicky. I had to like click outside of the picture. What is with this thing? Question mark. I think I saw the call. Alright. Syringe, sock, and a ring. The pacifier. Is that the ring? I'd like click on it a lot just to make sure. Okay. It doesn't appear to be the ring. Okay. You saw me click on it. You saw me click on it. And it again. Okay. Okay. Nope, nope, not the ring. Ring on the right. That's not the ring. Oh, this thing? Nope. Not the ring. Where's the sock? Sock is on the basket? Oh, yeah, it is. Is this the ring? That is the ring. Okay, now we need to give the flowers. Are you still here? Still here. Bad sod. Shy little pea pod. I was like, you should have stopped spinning. Our character doesn't care about this ghost. Flowers. Turned ghostly. He looks scary. In that, when he appeared right there, he looked super scary. This guy. Alright, what did we write about? Freed lovers. Amelie and Pierre are free. I hope they find peace and never experience another moment of sorrow. The ghost gave me an icy heart to express their gratitude. I saw one just like this on a stone tree in the garden near the castle. I should see if this one goes there. Might be another step along the road that leads me to Mark. In the meantime, I'll continue to believe he's okay. Fair enough. Okay. I wish I could give him a hug. It's really... Oh, is the ghost Skelly Hand gonna give us something different today? Oh, you are. Thank you. Oh, this is the succubus. What is on him? He's wearing some weird chest thing. Tree of Hearts. Now I know what to do. Place magic hearts on the tree. I'm sorry. That was funny. I feel like she should have known that. I have to find 3 more. As the note I found on the pier said, lost knowledge of the Tree of Hearts will open soon its deepest parts, where death runs an eerie show. That's the point of the return. Maybe Mark is there in the deepest parts of the world beyond this one. I must try to find him. I feel like I'm on the right path. Alright, let's go back to the portal. Was it here? Here you go. Oh. Here's the next key. But isn't the succubus only need of a moment of sexy times as reach? I have no idea. This one has a different plot. It's very monogamous, clearly. Because, like, it wants Mark and only Mark. And you know what? What it should have done is just, like, take Mark and main character. Because why the heck not? Right? And have a glorious threesome. But, you know, she's like, no, I want Mark and only Mark. This loser that summoned me. What is this? There's a dead body. He's just like, poor guy. Half of a picture. How horrible! Man's body is sprawled on the pavement outside the entrance to the apartment building. Poor guy must have jumped to his death. He would not have. Trust me, he wouldn't be this whole if he did. From the top of the floor, he's holding a photograph girl, or to be more precise, half of the proof, and the other half. He wouldn't be this whole if he jumped from the top floor, my friend. You'd be very squished. Hey, look, it's a knife handle, finally. How about this wire cutter? I could use this fire hydrant. Would. Door fragment. What? What? Hold on. Did something. I could start the struck if I had the key. Does the guy not have it? Check his dead body! Okay, anyway, let's go to the knife because... yes. Somehow we can just do this ourselves. That is a stubbly little knife. Look at that blade. Can I use the manhole? Can I use a knife here? Oh, how about the screwdriver? The building is so tall, my head spins when I look up it. Can I just go in? Climb over? Looks like a watermelon. Can I use... How about we break the glass? Go through. No? Need a key. Oh, okay. That's what I need. Right here. Hello? Oh. Maybe the watermelon was the culprit. Yeah, he like slipped on the watermelon. No, the watermelon... No, this watermelon's whole, so it couldn't have been tossed at him. Oh, hello. There's a ghost.
It's nice to see someone new. Do you live here or are you just visiting? I come here a lot. Frank, my ex-boyfriend, rents an apartment here. I'm not to blame for what happened between us. Everything went sour literally overnight. Then we broke up, and to forget about him, I agreed to marry a rich playboy. But I couldn't do it. You can't lie to yourself. Frank even came to the ceremony. But when he disappeared, I ran away too. Now I'm worried about him. He's known for doing crazy things. Speaking of which, I need to get into room 915 as soon as possible. It's on the top floor, and as luck would have it, the elevator won't come down.
To forget about your ex-boyfriend, you decided to marry a rich playboy. Hydrated? I don't know about what's wrong with the people in this game, because there is a lot. There is a lot. There is a lot. Also, there's a parrot. Does nothing. I have wire cutters. These games always have some real tea. They do, cat. So much tea to spill. Able to go through stuff. I know. Maybe she doesn't realize she's a ghost. At the hose. Oh, hey, the knife is back in our inventory. We're gonna need it for something else. Interesting. Parrot perched on the light elevator. It's holding something in its beak. How can I lure it to the table? You know what? Hold on. Can I use the knife on this watermelon? Oh, I can't. So we took stuff, but there's no steal. Oh, yes. No stealing yet. Let it go. That girl's... Well, we already did steal. The hose. That's taking and stealing, right? That's the girl from the dead guy's photo. She's a ghost, although she seems to be unaware of the fact. She said that her ex-boyfriend Frank lives here. She left him to marry another man but couldn't go through with it. Unfortunately, Frank didn't know she was coming back to him. How tragic! Now she's worried about him. She thinks he might do something foolish. I think Frank is outside. I think this is Frank. He dead. Frank is dead. Alright. Thing is a mess. Oh, look at this angry picture of a plushy toy giraffe. It's so angry looking. Alright guys, I will need your help because I'm having visual overload. A can opener. I'll do it one by one. Oh no. Yeah, this is very difficult for me. Yeah, it's very busy. The chandelier makes it extremely busy. And I'm having a difficult time processing it. I'm getting, like, overloaded. Is that the funnel? No, that was the horn. I'm looking for a funnel. Piece of bread. Other piece. Oh god, this is bagel pie. Burn! Hello! Thank you for the sub. Already? Is this that time of the month? Jug on a chair next to triangle with the exclamations. This one? Okay, thank you. Fern! You've been missing a whole bunch of tea with this game. A whole bunch of tea. Christmas ornament. A warning sign, is that it? You and Natoid got us addicted to Power Wash. Power Wash some. Yeah, spicy. Like this story that we're on right now. A couple broke up, and then the girl, to try and forget about the ex guy, the ex dude, tried to marry a playboy, but didn't go through with it. Unfortunately, and the boyfriend even attended the wedding, but then he ran away, and then he went and committed suicide by jumping off the building. But she didn't know that, and she's a ghost now, and she wanted to check in on the ex-boyfriend because she's apparently gonna return to him because she really couldn't go through with it. I don't know. I don't know. The moth is under the frying pan. Oh, thank you. It's a tuna moth. Yeah, it needs a little something though. It's not complete. I think it needs paint. So we need to find like paint tubes and put paint. Yeah. It's the same. Yeah, it's outside. It's following us. The watermelon is following us. And the story of this game. Okay, hold on. I need to inform everyone that comes in that doesn't know the story needs to know the story because it's like, it's just so crazy. So, a couple is having a lovely dinner, right? And the guy is going to propose to the girl. Is it good now? Okay, it just needed that one too. The guy's going to propose to the girl, which is the main character we're playing as. But the phone rang just as he was about to propose, so she left the table briefly. And then a mysterious book mysteriously opens by itself next to a chair. The guy sees it and is like, ooh, mysterious. Picks it up, looks at the book, looks at the entries in the book, and then verbalizes, like he says this one out loud. It's just like, oh, hey, it's a spell to summon a succubus. This doesn't work, right? And proceeds to read the spell. On the night he's going to propose to her. He's tempting fate on the night that he's supposed to propose to her. Guess what happens? Summons a succubus. Of course. And now I'm on a quest to try and save him. And we're all saying that he's not worth it. But also, us, main character, the girlfriend, bought that book home because She wanted to make a love potion, which is in that book. The spell for it is in the book, because she got tired of waiting for him to propose. What a power couple. Okay. Flashlight hidden in plain sight. Interwoven in the... Oh, okay, I see it. This is a lot of visual clutter, more so than I'm used to. Very difficult for me. Funnel and tobacco pipe. Oh, there's the pipe. Okay, now we just need the... Is this the funnel? That was the funnel. I thought it was a megaphone. There's the ghost lady. Okay, what's that? I need the correct layout. Okay. Okay, so this we found this, sir. There is a bag. An oven mitt. Okay, is that it? Are we just there to get the oven mitt? Couldn't we get it from the kitchen? Okay, we'll be back here. We'll be back here. Oh wait, are we gonna fill it? Oh, okay, so we do need that bag. It was a bag of seed. Okay. Oh yeah. Look at that smooth bird animation. Elevator button. Well, no wonder it wouldn't go down. There's no button, lady. No. Wrong button. That's a cockatiel. It is a cockatiel. So are they still using the right sounds? What is this? Door fragment. I have 2 door fragments now. Oh, hey, this is the... No. First. Oh, a token is missing. They're very similar. What's the difference between a cockatoo and a cockatiel? Missing buttons. I need to remove the screw. That was screw. Oh no, you're gonna make me click on every one. Cockatoos can squawk sound more often. Cockatoos are mostly white and are... Okay. We're just grabbing that. It's a pyramid. Someone ripped out the blue wire. Alright. What are we gonna do about it? Okay. I need to find... I guess. Can we just go up this side of the stairs? Oh. Second painting is... Oh, we're gonna have a spot the difference. Let me just... scan. In case I'm missing any other... I have so many objects in my inventory right now. Why can we still go? I missed something. Doesn't seem like. Ah, so she would know. Oh wait, hold on. There's a box here. I don't. No, okay. Map. Okay, so what we need to do is... Oh, we can still... Yep, that's how it works. We rip it out. Da-da-da. Da-da. See? That's what the knife was for. Is it gone now? Oh, knife is gone. Missing his face. The vase is broken and its pieces scattered all over the floor. Someone was looking. I can we pick this up? A random thing. Oh, the bird! Bird. It's hiding garlic. Okay. And a hidden object. As if a knife can so easily cut through a rope like that. I mean, clearly, it can, Tibbs. Maybe you didn't die hard enough. It's not like the knife earlier, which is now gone. Light switch. Look. Sickle. Garlic bird, indeed. A. Yeah. Is this a bowling pin? Yeah. Brush. Look. Alright, I'm clicking, right? Clicking. You can see me click. You can see every time I click, it makes that little echoey. I need it to be a little higher up on that brush. Toad is sitting on the roll of rope. Toad. The bucket. Is this the hook? Bone. Point and canteen. They're not hidden. They just be out in the open. Found a sock. Yeah, but we don't need a sock. Even hanging, maybe. Is this the canteen? Yes. Looked gross. Now I just need a coin. Oh my gosh! That... Okay, so you see this like it's like a bear trap? You see how it has a round thing on it? No. And I was like, huh. We got a light switch for some reason. Map. Okay. Hope that Sasha doesn't come to life and attack me. Anything can happen now. Now that you've mentioned it. Why won't you go... Yes, that's how it works, right? Okay, I can grab that puzzle part. Oh, is this for the thing downstairs? This thing? Oh, that wasn't even a puzzle! Because everything was already in place except for the middle one. Okay, I got another door fragment. I don't know why we need so many... Oh, it's for this door. Here you go. Here's your fragment. Have an oven mitt. Is he dying again? Oh. Engraving on the coin was just barely there. Yeah, Tibbs, yeah. Like, I really didn't think that that was the coin, but I was like, it's round. What if? Anyway, look, it's a succubus, and we can pet this good doggo.
Some people grow tired of the same old routine, but I love watching history repeat itself. Time after time, year after year. I was fortunate to find these foolish lovers. They were like putty in my hands. All I had to say were a few deceptive words, and their joy turned to despair. Which reminds me of Mark. Do you think he still wants you? Do you think he's waiting for you to rescue him? You pathetic creature. You should crawl away while you still have a shred of dignity left. You can't stop what's taking place here. My dog will make sure of that.
I mean, at least she has... That's not Cerberus. So Frank's the guy on the street. He's the one who committed suicide. He snuck onto the wedding, but couldn't bear to watch, so he returned to his apartment and jumped. If I waited a few more seconds, his beloved would have been able to stop him from making a terrible mistake. These poor souls relive this tragedy again and again. I should help them. I should break the cycle and set them free, but first I have to deal with this monster. I keep my distance. It appears to not notice me, but if I step too close to it, it starts to growl. This Cerberus is missing 2 of its head. So what routine of repetition she's planning with Mark? This is everything but repetition. I don't know. I don't know what she has plans with Mark and what makes Mark so special. Okay. How about if we toss this garlic? You. I can get to this thing, which is directly behind. The shape of the wall reminds me of something. Okay. I can get here! What is this dog even? It's not stopping anybody. Okay, how about garlic? Come on, garlic. You don't like it. But this looks like the machine that's in the wall. Karen isn't responding. I need to attract his attention somehow. This dog of yours, succubus, is kind of junk. Because I could reach this, which is next to him. I could go there to the ghost with no problem. I could get to this, and I could get to this. No problem. E. Ask. I like that painting. Fleur de lis. Rose. That's not what I was clicking on. Rose. But I got the goblet, which is fine. The game has such a wonky click hitboxes for these. Scale. That's not what I clicked on. That was the phone though. Under a wing. Thank you. Oh. Wow! Where was the hitbox on that? That took a while. I like that parts of this piece I got by accident by clicking on something else. Anyway. Necklace? What was that? Dart? Oh. A shoe and a necklace. Oh, there's the shoe. Now I just need the necklace. Necklace kinda looks like curtain. Is this the necklace though? It's not clicking right now. Necklace next to an umbrella? Yes. Oh, you're telling me. I don't know. You never know. A mask. Hey! He's here.
Have you seen the hellhounds? Lilith adores those creatures. Don't even think about approaching one, and never let your guard down around them, as the monsters don't attack until after you've stepped beyond an invisible line. To deal with them, you need to learn this Japanese curse.
Very
Take
specifically.
it. Once you've done everything exactly as described, cast the spell and the demon will disappear.
We need to use a Japanese curse precisely to deal with this European demon hound. Interesting. Fascinating. Oh, now we can see this. I met the fisherman in the cellar. He looked worried. The old man told me I was wise to keep my distance from the hellhound. He also gave me you know what? That fisherman guy knows exactly what Lilith is doing as she's doing it. He's very sus. Also gave me a recipe for making a spell that can pacify the beast. All I need are these ingredients. Chili powder, garlic, red wine, and thistle. Garlic. I need the garlic, dude! Garlic, okay, yeah. Here. Alright, I can't get it until I have everything, I guess. Oh, the red wine. Oh, oops, I clicked out of the game. Roadman kind of looks like he might be. It's funny because that invisible line seems to be just directly around him. So funny. Threatening thing. There's something here that we need. Base is broken. Someone was. Oh, okay, I need his face. Need his face. Not until this. Everything is sopping wet. Even the ceiling is rotted clean through. It's about to collapse. Let's be careful. I think it's gonna do anything. I don't have. Wait. Why does it have to be Japanese? They're kind of missing a logical stuff. They do. I don't know why it needs to be Japanese. We still have this acid, by the way. Yeah, I can't. Okay, how about the garlic? You want to put them here? Yeah, I need this object here. Okay, it needed to go exactly at this spot. Nobody would know that. Game. Just let me, like, click it here and then, like, have it be automatically there. My goodness. Okay, we need thistle and chili. Also, it's bizarre that they think it's a Japanese curse, but it uses red wine. Not sake. Red wine. And chili powder. I don't think that Japan has, like not wasabi. Right? Thistle. Yeah, exactly. This Japanese curse. Red wine, thistle, and chili. Well, they have some thistle here, but not, you know, like, thistle common in Japan? Like, a thistle I can see. Garlic, for sure. Chili powder, questionable. Red wine, very questionable. Maybe this curse was made after, foreigners had come in and introduced things. Maybe during the Edo period. Anyway. We need his face. I don't know where to find his face. I feel like I'm missing something. I can just click here. But I can't turn the lights off anymore. Just scouring. Oh. Okay. There's his face. Oh, you were hiding the chili from me, gargoyle. Another hidden object. Oh, the thistle is here. Gargoyle chili, The thistle, there's, oh my gosh, you can barely see that, but the thistle is here. Bow tie. Domino. Okay. Now everything should just be out in the open. Cat. Apple. Camera in. This one is easier because this one is still fresh in my mind. Yep. Alright, now we can make the curse. Gargoyle chili, hidden thistle. Yes. Yes, you can. God, where does this chili need to go? Oh! Oh, I need to go grind it. Using this thing in the balcony. Get it with our bare hands. That's how chili powder works. No need to dry it. Do you need to put this? Can you make it now? Okay. They look like they have some kind of, yep, random nonsense. Non-kanji. This is fascinating. Alright, here you go. Bye! Journey to the West, conquering demons was just as nonsensical as I hoped it was. Even Zhao's. Is that like a comedy? Oh wait, other half of the photo. Need to tape the photo. This. Oh, okay. I know where that's gonna. Let's read what I wrote. I found the other half of the photo, and as I suspected, Frank was part of. It was in the part that was missing. Perhaps this photo will capture his attention. Just need to tape the parts together. Yes. That is how you do painting restorations. Need to go back to. Oh, she's back there. Oh, that was boring. I thought that we were going to she went back down here. This thing again. Oh. Giraffe. Air. Oh. Pocket. Elephant. Elephant. Plate. Kettle bell handle. Oh, there's the helmet. Yes? Kettle. Plate. Is it a circular plate? Plate? This a plate? That was the plate. It didn't mean a serving plate. It was just like a decorative plate. I clicked on that earlier for something else and it didn't work. Here's the valve handle. We got a clock. Something that we didn't even get at the time. Alright, this is for Frank's apartment. That. Testing. Not what I expected from that, really. Okay, Frank, here's your photo. Sob. He should have lost balance. A glass heart. Or a wet heart. One of the two. Basically started super hilarious, purpose and pretty cool designs, and looked into the more novel ways of how the malt liquor. Ooh, that sounds fascinating. I might watch that. I did it! I set the lovers free. My idea to use the photo to attract Frank's attention was the key. He wouldn't react to anything I did, but when I showed him the photo of him and Catherine, he snapped out of his stupor and looked back to see his beloved approaching him. Then, instead of jumping, he climbed down onto the balcony and fell into her arms, where he will remain forever. Which is this? A wet heart? Or is it a glass heart? Back to the see what happens. It's wet. Okay. So we have ice and water? How very minor. Okay. Like how very minor spoilers. The monk originally believed that his block of 300 nursery rhymes. That's funny. I kind of want to watch that now. Is it on Netflix? Halfway there. 2 hearts down and 2 to go. Hold on, Mark. I'm coming for you, and I won't give up until I'm there. I'll do whatever is necessary to save you. Even though you did this to yourself, you asshole. That'll be blue. Oh, it's also green. Mark better do all of the freaking house chores from this point on, because not only did we have to go through hell and back, But we also saved this freaking life. Oh. I need a seal that matches the image. Ah, there's something in the fire. There's true love for Mark because yeah. but the fisherman says that only souls that are pure can experience true love, joy, and light. Oh wow. Okay, I probably need. Ah, you're another one of those characters who doesn't want to use her hands to undig something. Huh? What's happening? I need one more part. Oh. This is a fascinating mechanism. Pyramid head upstairs and surface is smooth. I will not be climbing it. An Egyptian pyramid unlike any I've seen. Isn't this more Aztec? Your kid is helpless and I just ate them? Wait, what? And they treated it right. I like that she calls this Egyptian. No, I have a feeling this is, I'm pretty sure this is Aztec. Or like, you know, that culture, not Egyptian. Just saying. Not that I can read Mayan very well, but I did take a course in Mayan hieroglyphs. And that included Egyptian hieroglyphs, BT dubs. There's also this weird jug? Question mark? Anyway, we have a model of this here. Okay, I can't use that object, and I need a seal that matches it. Coals are not hot enough to light something. I'm trying to figure out what it wants from me, and they have whole, like, palm tree trunks. Date palm tree trunks in here. Funny. It's not even that big. Oh, that was it. Solved it somehow. Suddenly stairs. That didn't seem like I should have been able to put that there. Holes are flaming. How's it impossible? I don't know, man. Our character doesn't want to dig through sand with her bare hands. Reasons. Yep, the slopes become stairs. Oh my gosh. I don't know how I feel about this because these guys have a more Egyptian flair to them. Okay, I can't reach the axe. Dust is clogging up the mechanism. How about I take this clear shovel? There's a shovel there! I can see it! It's Egyptimian, yeah. What an odd mix of cultural styles. I see something that Egyptian and something that appears to be Indian in nature. What? Where? Oh, this. We're just gonna move on. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, she even wrote something on her notebook about this. These symbols form a pattern. I need to remember the order. Okay, I'm going to take a screenshot, so give me a second. uh, I feel like you should fix. No, it has to be something different. Indigipshamayan. How about that? My god. They're out. They're out for everyone's blood. My goodness. Mayans spoke mayonnaise. What? Dibs. Umbrella. This is the ink pot! Mm. Start. Keep clicking and nobody explodes, pretty much. Flowers? Oh, there's the bell. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I need to check my phone for something. Because I messaged a friend yesterday. We're supposed to meet a little after. Okay. I'm supposed to meet a friend today, so a little after the stream. Ooh. Did I add it to my story? I don't know. Okay, I did. The bell is on top of the toppled over chair. Okay, thank you. Sorry. Okay. I just saw something on my feed. I didn't even know that they have an Instagram. Oh. Alright, give me a moment. Instagramming. I know I'm terrible. Okay, done. Oh, I need to close it. I actually have a timer on my Instagram. I can only spend like an hour and a half in it every day. I don't miss it. Man, my internet has been weird lately. My chats haven't been going through. Oh no! I was like, oh, everyone must have like Doggo must have been. Yeah, I just saw your thing. I think the goblet is next to the cobweb lamp on the. You're correct. I just need a brush, a fork, and a glove. I think I saw the glove. I see the. I hope your internet's doing better, doggo. See, now the thing is, what brush is it talking about? Like a paintbrush? A hairbrush? Is this a brush? Yes. The answer to that is yes. Where? Let's see. Yeah, I can read it now. But I haven't seen any of your messages until you said, "Man, my internet has been weird lately." After that, I read all your messages have gone through. Let's see. Let's see where the hitbox is. All right. Basically, here's the fork. Starting clicking. We're going down. We're going clicking. Oh my god! It's the hitbox is not on the fork. You were calling out. Oh, okay. Yeah, none of that went through until the internet part. I mean, you can see the chat on the video. Like, your chat hasn't gone through. Where's the hitbox? Is it outside? It is outside. And we got a brush. Oh, the brick! Yeah, this. Whoa. Press the bricks in the correct order. Huh? Oh, this is trial and error. So many bricks, though. Okay, you know what? I'll just retake this. I'm gonna take a new... I'm not gonna memorize it. Okay, that's the first one. That's 2. 3. Is it just gonna be in a circle? I'm gonna laugh. No. Okay. 1, 2, 2, and 3. 3. And they don't seem to have any, like, logical relation to each other, the symbols. Okay, that's 4. And that's 5. 6. Good to know that most of these are just going in a circle. Okay. Not my favorite type of puzzle. Not really a puzzle. That's 7. Damn it! Of course, it's the last one. Nine. And... Oh! Up or down first? Could still be any. Up or down? I'll let chat decide. Should we click on the top first or the bottom first? I picked brick. Cat says down. Anyone else? Top or bottom? Top or bottom? Top or bottom? What should we pick? Pick a doo doo, peek a doo doo, doo doo. Up? Oh, doggo. You have to break the tie now. 12. Impasse. You forgot that last E. La la la, da la la. Nope. Someone has to break this. Up, down, up, down. Go a little to the left. Ooh, I can. Look at how tiny this text is. This said skip. Usually the hint is like super big. Now it's like skip. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? Ash says down. Okay. Tibbs. Down first then, because that is now 2-1. And nobody else is saying anything. So. Click down. So if this is wrong... If this is wrong, you guys are making me redo this entire sequence. Are you guys gonna get kidnapped by this succubus for her nefarious energy drawing means? And be careful if I were you, you know? Seems pretty sneaky. This is how you get into a hidden object game. Alright. Oh, you guys are wrong! Tibbs was right! I have to repeat that entire thing. Was that a lamp? Don't you know, guys? Bats are scared of the light. Look at this picture. This is actually a really cute illustration, but totally unnecessary. Old lantern. I found an old lantern in a cache located in a wall along the stairs that lead down to the cellar. I also found a note in the cache that read, "The Star Force..." Huh? Hold on. "The Star Force light source will drive the evil out of darkness." This is no ordinary lantern. Speleologists? Is that real? Hold on. I'm gonna Google that down. Speleologist. What is this? A scientist who studies caves or a person who goes into caves as a sport. A spelunker, as you might say. I don't know. Speleologists use these to drive away bats, real vampires that suck blood. Bats. Real vampires that suck blood. Not a specific bat, but bats. Real vampires that suck blood. That's a... Hold on. Also, I would like to note that this has no text whatsoever. And this is... Look at this. This is the edge of the page. Where she gleaned that text from? No clue. But... Speleo Rangers called Star Force. This is the Star Force light source. It drives the evil out of the darkness, so it becomes regular dark. Hold on, before I do that, where's the library? Because I need to take a screenshot of this again. Since I removed it. Okay. Now that we have this She just calls it a lantern, which is fair enough. Here you go. Use it on the bat. Because none of these other lights, especially the torch that was next to the bat, was enough to scare it. We needed the Star Force light source. No, you saw the light. It was white. It was not infrared. If it was infrared, we wouldn't have seen it. With this hot red coal. How about with a brush? Brush. Hellhound looks fierce. How will I remove that? Probably has to do with the acid. Probably. Anyway, let's go back. Okay. Oh, here. Yes. Oh, that's the thing for downstairs. Also, I want to say, look, there is clearly a spade right here. But, I don't know. We can't get it. What's that about? There was like a weird pot of oil. Put this here. No. Oh, this is for the gears. Because she said, I need to oil the mechanism. It's a hairbrush, yes. I don't know. It might be one of those super soft ones. Oh, we finally got the shovel. Go back downstairs. This. A weird looking shovel. A mirror, alright. Back up we go. The mirror. I wish that mirror wasn't broken. I need to redirect the sunlight. Can you redirect the light, please? Hello? Move it? Come on. Is that enough?
You're alive? How did you come to be in this dwelling place of sorrow? I'm Akil Zuberi. I was the high priest of the Temple of Thoth. One day, I decided to oppose the gods and resurrect my beloved wife. What a fool I was to think I could turn back time. Instead of raising my beautiful Bannerfrith from the dead, I revived a soulless mummy. Then the gods imprisoned me in this wretched valley and gave my soul over to Lilith. That demon feeds on my pain and suffering. But you're alive. You can help me.
I want you to notice that none of his head.
How to arrange the animal-shaped idols. Return the body of Bannerfrith to the dead, and her soul will ascend to heaven.
None of his headgear moved except for the top bit. It just kind of stretched. Akil. Unbelievable. This is such like a cultural travesty. He is a cool strawberry. He is the high priest of Thoth. He wanted to resurrect this wife, but instead he was imprisoned here. He'll remain forever. He asked me to help him. I'll try, but I don't know what I can do. What is that? A hook. One of the scarabs is... No! Wait, hold on. What's she saying? There's a symbol that matches it. Okay. You want to help me there? There's a pencil here. An ancient Egyptian Indian Mayan pencil. Okay. Oh. Okay. That was easy. So now I need to just arrange this. Wait. Middle Eastern and be done with it. Well, we can't. Yeah, Indian is not Middle Eastern. It's Asia. And Mayan is also in South America. Middle West. Technically be Mexico. Maybe? Yes? Yes? This is like a cultural abomination, let's be real. Like, they just didn't care. Got an American eagle, too. It's international. It is. This is such a weird conglomeration of, like... You know, you could have just picked Mayan and be done with it. But I guess they're like, no, we have to be unique. We have to be unique. Art direction of Jake Technicolor Dreamcoat. I've never seen that show, so I have no idea. Hold on. Trying to figure out what goes. Okay, that. Okay. Oh, okay. No? Oh, okay. Platform puzzle. Mm-hmm. It's a very mild puzzle. Akil said the platform contained a hint about how to arrange the animal idols around the chamber. It didn't turn out to be a puzzle. I hope I solved it correctly. I don't want to think about what might happen if I do something wrong here. I don't know, but that sounds more accurate. Where's the Starlight? Wait, what was it? Star Force light source. We no longer have it. We tossed it away. Okay, map. Still something here. No? You can just look at this empty space. Have a pencil too. An empty hole. Oh. I don't think that was there. Okay. Jake who this thing. Book. Book? Do I need more pendant? Don't remind me what this game is trying to do. It's so bizarre. Like, it has barely. Like, I can kind of see the Indian, but also, like, what? And it's clearly Egyptian? I don't know. I have a hook. I have this hot stone. I'm not sure what to do. It looks like... I don't know what I need a pencil for. Secular. I've watched that damn movie several times. First because the movie was made in the UK. Second, culture ahead. Watch. Which one? I never saw Jesus Christ Superstar. I saw that because my mom liked watching it and liked the music. I think we have... Like, we used to have a cassette for the music, right? You saw, okay. Oh, we watched the movie. Jesus Christ, Superstar. Do 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 do. That's all I remember. Oh, gotcha. I'm gonna use a hint. I have no freaking... Oh, that was clickable. Okay. There's a thing in there. Okay. Oh! So you don't know what to expect. Oh, I see. I don't know what I just clicked. I just randomly click on a space and I get something. Also, coconuts do not grow in the desert. Just want to say this. So what would be considered a talisman, you guys think? In this mess. Yes, they are beech trees, but they don't grow in the desert. Which this game seems to think. I thought I saw the beetle. I know, right? Well, try to make a guess, and I will click on it to see if it is correct. Nope. Not scroll, nor is it the talisman. See that? How many times I clicked on it? Where is the uncle? Uncle! Can't see anything in noise. It's 360. Oh no! Alright, see you in a bit. Spoon. Torch? Whoa! You saw that. I was right here clicking this, and then I clicked on the ribbon somehow. Anyway. Bracelet? No, that's not the bracelet. Is this the bracelet? Yes, that is the bracelet. Okay, we need a heart. I know, exactly. Make a guess, I will click on it, and we'll find out if it's a talisman or not. Like, in this imagery full of accoutrements. Like, this could be a talisman. Freaking no. Yeah, exactly, exactly! Oh, there's the beetle. Ugh. Here. Hitboxes, why? Food. Like, this could be the talisman. It's not, though. Clicking on. Not the talisman. So this necklace is not the talisman. Right coil of the ropes. This thing? That was a talisman! Not this entire thing, but just the little eagle thingy on it. You found it, Tibbs. You found the talisman. Now I need to find the rest of the things. I don't know! Like, I thought that might be it, or this thing. It wasn't this thing, because I clicked on that earlier. I might even thought this was the thing. Yeah, exactly. Okay, we need a scroll. We need a scroll, a walnut, and a spoon. Hey. I see a shuriken, yep. Saw that earlier too. No watermelons though. In a random bongo. In a voodoo doll. The modern iron shackles. Apples. Green apples, actually. Oh, there's the watermelon. Tibbs, the watermelon's here. It's just been stabbed with a knife. Wait, what did I click on? I clicked on the spoon while clicking on the watermelon. I want to see that again. I'm probably gonna look at the VOD because I'm just like, I was pretty sure I was nowhere near a spoon. But I guess I was wrong. Is this the walnut? This is gigantic. It's the walnut. Okay, now I need to find the scroll. Scroll, that piece of clean white that's under the coconut leaves. This? Yes! Oh! This one. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. That's the most craziest section of hidden objecting. I feel like that is worthy of being clipped. I'll probably clip it after the stream. Which, it is that time, my friends. Unfortunately for Taco. That'll be it for today. For Sacra Terra. The kiss of death. We will continue next week. Also, I wanted to say that I have to go to a doctor's appointment this Thursday, and so there will be no art stream, unfortunately. It'll just be nothing. I might stream at the end of the day, but it'll be like super late for you guys, so I don't know. Anyway, before you all leave, please join me in raiding somebody. Put on whatever raid message you want. Let me see. Oops. Sure. Hello. This is my raid message. My raid message is hello. 1 second. Hold on. I'm finishing up. And oh shoot. This one is non-animated banana. Must be animated. No, why did you put that there? Which? There you go. And then 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Yeah, yeah. Did I get it? Yeah. Okay. This is my raid message. Just hello. Take care and have fun with Friendo today. I'm literally gonna hand him something, and then that's all we're doing as far as seeing each other. So, but I will say hello. But yeah, please join me in the raid before you leave. I know. Sorry, doggo. I saw the time. But let's raid. Let's read. Oh, Konban is watching a movie. Would you guys want to watch a movie, or should we watch? Okay, here's choices. Einhander, a game. A movie, The Shapeshifting Detective. Genesis MD Grab Bag Extravaganza, so retro games. And then Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 or Metal Gear Solid 3. Which of these would you guys rather go to? Please. I wouldn't mind a movie. RCT3? What is RCT3? Roller Coaster Tycoon? Tibbs! Tibbs, are you there? I'll play this kind of quiet. Yes. Would you like a movie? A Roller Coaster Tycoon? That would be funny. Should I take you in for a Roller Coaster Tycoon or a movie, Yamatsu? And Tibbs, please. Roller Coaster Tycoon or movie? Okay, let's go then. We're gonna go Roller Coaster Tycoon. 1 second. I will prepare the raid. Alright. We're going to go... Wait, where's my thing? No, no, no. Here it is. Bad at... Really? Wow. Alright. We're gonna go. I'll see you guys on Saturday for more Nier Automata. Because again, no stream. On Thursday, no art stream. But let's head on over to Teddy Ras for some Roller Coaster Tycoon. See you next time.